Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing some partly cloudy conditions out there this morning with temperatures on the mild side and a slight breeze out of the south to south-southwest. Expecting to continue on a mild trend for the next 2 days, and then we'll see some rain chances as well starting as we get into the late afternoon and evening hours this evening, and we'll continue to see some rain chances as we go through the overnight as well as into tomorrow, and particularly into tomorrow evening. So looking at the current surface analysis, we can see we have a tight pressure gradient over the eastern part of the country that's going to be kind of building into our local region. We're going to see those winds ramping up as we go through the day today. Good chance of seeing a wind advisory. We'll see this area of low pressure over the Midwest start to deepen and move off to the east-northeast. And that's going to bring a lot of warm air advection out ahead of it. It's going to help see some precip chances this evening, as well as bring a pretty stout cold front through the area as we go through tomorrow evening, bringing a better chance of more widespread and heavier rainfall. If we look at the current conditions this morning, just a few clouds around 12,000 feet, broken deck at 25,000 feet, and seeing winds out of the south at 10 knots, temperature at 49 degrees, and the relative humidity is at 79%. Looking at our current visible satellite, we can see some of those clouds at around 12,000 feet, moving out of the area, but continue to see those high clouds over the area, and those will continue to build through over the region as we go through the day today, with things becoming mostly cloudy to overcast as we move through the afternoon. If we look at a short-term model to see how things play out as we go through today, expecting mainly dry conditions as we go through the workday today, with increasing cloud cover and very mild temperatures, as well as we'll see those winds cranking up as we go through the morning, likely seeing a wind advisory. Going into the evening time frame, mainly as we get past the close of business today, after 1600 local, we'll start to see a chance of those showers moving through. Pretty good chance we see some light to moderate rain showers moving through the area. At this time, looks like about a 10% chance or less of seeing any lightning with this activity, so not a very likely chance of lightning, but we'll see those rain showers moving through mainly for the first part of the evening as we go through the first part of the overnight time frame. As we get past midnight, should see most of that activity moving out of the area, but we'll have a chance of some lingering light showers or sprinkles around as we continue through the morning hours and into the start of the day on Wednesday. That continues through the first portion of Wednesday, mainly during the morning hours, where we could see a light shower around in the region, and then we should see a break in that activity with some dry periods through the middle part of the day, and then as we get later in the day, we start to see that cold front approaching, and out ahead of it, more widespread shower activity with some more moderate to heavier rain. The potential for that being embedded within this, and we'll see a very slight chance of some thunderstorms embedded within this as well, but not looking like a very high chance at this time. As we go overnight into early Thursday morning, we should see most of this rain activity pushing out as we move past midnight Wednesday night, as the front continues to push through, and behind that we'll see continued breezy conditions and cooler air moving in. I will mention through the day on Wednesday as well, we'll continue to see high winds starting today, increasing overnight, as well as into tomorrow. We could see those winds up to 40 miles per hour, mainly later in the day on Wednesday and out ahead of this cold front. And we'll continue to see breezy conditions behind the cold front with cooler air moving in, but we'll start to see that rain moving out of the area and those clouds starting to break, setting up for a mostly sunny day on Thursday. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we start off with an orange risk this morning as we are expecting those winds to pick up, seeing those wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour as we move through the afternoon. Winds out of the south-southwest to south, sustained around 10 to 15 knots. Again, those gusts up to 25 knots, but we'll see lots of warm air moving in today, seeing those highs around 61 degrees. And again, we'll see those clouds on the increase as we go through the day, mainly with high clouds moving through the workday hours. And then as we go into the evening time frame, we'll start to see some more mid and low level clouds building through. So as we go into that time frame, that's when we start to pick up that chance of precip, with some light rain showers, light to moderate rain showers moving through, mainly after the 1600 local time frame. Will stay fairly mild in the 50s as we go through the overnight, with a low expected around 52 degrees, and we'll continue to have breezy conditions out of the south to south-southwest increasing a bit early on in the evening at around 13 to 18 knots, gusting up to 28 knots. So that's when we bump up to a red risk for those winds above 25 knots. So again, likely seeing a wind advisory as we go through the day and continuing through the overnight tonight and into the start of Wednesday. We pick up that orange risk for those precip chances as we go through the overnight and start to see that drop down to a yellow risk as we get into the early morning hours just before sunrise on Wednesday, and continuing to see those breezy conditions at the start of the day on Wednesday. And then we do have that yellow risk for some reduced ceilings of visibilities with that shower activity moving through. Again, expecting just a very slight chance, about 10% chance or less of seeing any lightning activity with this. So mainly just a rain threat as we move through our next 24 hours. And tides are running normal at this time. If we look at the next couple of days, Wednesday is going to be cloudy to start the day. We'll have the chance of those light rain showers lingering around early on, but we should see some dry periods through the middle part of the day. Then we'll see that rain becoming likely as we get into the late afternoon, evening time frame as that cold front approaches and those showers out ahead of it. Again, do see a chance of some heavier rain embedded within those showers and a very slight chance of a thunderstorm within those showers as well. This will mainly be later on as that cold front approaches. We'll see windy conditions continuing through the day tomorrow as well, and very mild conditions. We'll see our high around 65 degrees. Could see those wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour mainly later in the day, but still staying pretty elevated as we go through the day. So we do have that red risk for winds at or above 25 knots. And then going through the overnight, we start off with that cold front pushing through, so we'll see mild and windy and rain shower conditions moving through. Again, chance for some of those heavier rain showers, very slight chance of a thunderstorm. And that will all likely occur mainly before midnight, so we do have that red risk for precip, as well as those elevated winds above 25 knots, and an orange risk for just reduced ceilings of visibilities. Once again, keeping those wind gusts possible up to 40 miles per hour, very slight chance of a thunderstorm. And then as we go past midnight, we'll start to see that rain ending, and those clouds will start to break and start to see some sun as we start the day on Thursday, but remaining fairly breezy through the overnight and into the early morning hours of Thursday. But cooler temperatures moving through and seeing a low around 33 degrees. And as we go into Thursday, we're back to a more seasonable and quiet day. We'll start off breezy and remain slightly breezy through the day, so we keep a yellow risk for these winds at or above 25 knots. But otherwise, green conditions and seeing mostly sunny and cooler temperatures with a high around 45 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.